the sitting position. The ones who are already were sitting very patiently, very nicely, they change now the interlock. Okay, I will show this one on the side. So you put this block and you feel a nice pressure, and you adjust yourself that you not only feel, first become aware where you feel the block. The most of you will feel the block more on which end, the upper end or the lower end, the upper part or the lower part. Just show. You can also show me that I see on the screen. Is it more up or low? You show on the front. Where you feel, more here or more here. So the most of you indicate up. Now, what is your, what you have to do? So you have to feel the block equally touching, not only on the upper part, also on the lower part. So adjust yourself. You have now to adjust yourself with your muscles. So you have to work more that your lower shoulder blades come in. And how you do that, you have to use your hands. Now see how the hands can help you when you bring your hands more backwards. Upper arms from in to out, shoulder blades back. Now feel there, knees down, toes soft, lower jaw away from the upper jaw. Look straight in eye level. You don't have to look at the screen anymore because everybody has a little bit a different sitting position. Now come familiar. Maybe some of you still have to adjust the sitting bones. Feel that the sacrum blade is not falling towards the wall side. I don't give you now a block there. I want that you become aware of it. So slightly suck the sacrum blade in. Suck the sacrum blade in. How you do that? Just slightly bring the front shin bone, whichever lock you have, you bring the front shin bone to the other shin bone. So you get a little bit compact. Or I can say the thigh bone, the knee goes into the hip socket. So draw the knee into the hip socket. So you get a little bit an idea also of your outer buttocks, back buttocks, and at the same time about the sacrum blade. Now roll the shoulders back and you adjust. Maybe some of you have to have the hands down. Maybe some of you have the hands more to the groin side. So this depends on your structure, on your shoulder joint, on your opening, on your length of the side trunk. So many indicators. So you find out that you feel the block which your back trunk is touching equally, not only the upper edge, the lower edge too. Good. Now, this was quantitatively working, that you feel the touch equally. Now you can just press your trunk backwards. So this is what the beginner does. Just press it back and feel the touch. This is okay for the beginning. But now you also have to work intelligently, qualitatively, while bringing the shoulder blades actually in. Now bring the shoulder blades in, and especially the lower shoulder blades in, so that you create somehow that the lower shoulder blades support this lower middle chest area. Sit straight, knees down, head straight. See that the head is not coming forward, that the head is nicely in line, neck long. Sit there. Breathe in this area. Feel when you have this block, this touch of the block on the back, what the breath is doing. So widen this rib cage, which I'm touching now. You can just watch at the monitor. This rib cage here, the side rib cage, should nicely go towards the side with an inhalation. Nicely to the side with an inhalation. And exhale, it goes from the periphery, from the outside to the inside. Inhalation, it goes from the center of the spine towards the side and lifts up. Exhale, it comes to the center again without too much dropping action. Now see that you do consecutive, repeatedly cycles by lifting up the sternum without losing the lower edge, widening, and with the exhalation you just come from the sides to the center without dropping the chest. Inhale, slightly deeper, not much deeper inhalation, widening the chest, feeling the touch of the lower brick. Exhale, don't drop the sternum. Come from the sides to the center. Now do a few cycles like this in your own breathing rhythm. So slightly deeper inhalation than normal, but not too much. Feel how the chest is lifting, how the rib cage is widening. And with an exhalation, keep this chest bone up and come with the side chest to the center. Do a few more breathings like this. Check when we work with the breathing, somehow, some of you, the chin comes up. So keep the neck long. Keep the neck long. Throat soft. Be with the breath. Feel the brick. Feel the expansion there. It's a slight, you feel how the expansion of the breath is taking place. You can actually feel, and this is what I want, that you feel the power of the breath, how it moves the muscles, how it moves your bonal structure, how it has the power to move you. Slightly deeper inhale, lift the chest, the sternum, go with the ribs towards the side. Exhalation, just come from the sides to the center without dropping. Now we did a few of these exhalation inhalations. Now there is a maximum reached, and you will feel somehow you want to lift your shoulders up because you want to raise higher. This is natural. Like a plant wants to go against the sky, so also the human beings wants to go up, wants to grow, wants somehow to achieve more. So now you have to stop because you are not an animal or not a plant. You don't belong to the plant kingdom, animal kingdom. Take the shoulders down. Consciously take the shoulders down. Sit. Now take normal inhalation, normal exhalations. Try not just to lean against the wall. Sit still straight. Take the block just to feel. And then with this awareness, take the hands in front of the chest. Now see that you don't close your chest completely. Adjust the head once again. Close your eyes from the upper eyelids and sit for a few moments still with your attention on your physical body. That you don't create any tension where it's not necessary. There should be no tension at all. So the knees descend down, the groins descend down. Back straight. Feel the breathing, especially where the brick is touching you. Feel how with an inhalation you raise up and spread to the side, and how with an exhalation the sides come to the center. Consciously with an exhalation, see that you release the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the throat, tongue, facial muscles completely relaxed and soft. Lips slightly apart. Breathe for a few more moments in this manner. Consciously inhalation and conscious exhalation. See that you don't push one side more. We all want to push one side more against the wall. Become aware. The ones who have deformities, like scoliosis in their spine, they will feel now very exaggerated which side is hard, which side is going away from the brick. So you do your best to equalize, to soften the part which is hard, and to stretch the part which is somehow closing. Clavicles wide, toes soft, then complete exhalation, slightly deeper inhalation. exhalation, bow your head down. See also what's happening with the stretch of the skin on your back trunk, with the neck, with your shoulders. Leave the shoulders towards the wall, rolling, but neck long. Give silent prayer. Say thank you for the people who preserved yoga for centuries, the masters, the sages, the rishis, so that we can practice today together and hopefully learn something. Then drop the hands, open your eyes, and bring the head up and bring the block out of it and see what this helping you to get a little bit more awareness. Come out of the pose and see, we go immediately in a laying pose, Supta Padangusthasana. So I come a little bit closer. So you lay down. I want that you have a small blanket which supports your back until the sacrum plate. Sacrum plate is here, where your elastic is from the pants. Ideal, you have two of the belts. So you lay down, you see that your back is supported by the blanket, that you feel your side trunk. So the blanket should be like we always have, side trunk width, and it should support you and you should feel it. Maybe some of you, this type of blanket is a little bit small. You need like a little bit a thicker blanket like I have here to feel. So you adjust that first. Then you have two belts. At least have one belt today, because many of you have the belts I saw, so there is no problem. So we will hook today. No, we come in this pose. So you go with your one belt into the right leg, with your other belt you hook the left leg like this. And how strong should be, or how long should be the belt, so that when the knee is pointing upwards towards the ceiling, your pelvis should be still aligned and you should feel a slight pressure. Not too much, but you should feel a resistance. And this belt is around your foot, okay? That much you adjust, and then you have another belt or scarf when you have only one belt, because everybody had at least one belt I saw, so that you can adjust, and you have this belt open so that you can really nicely hook yourself, and you bring the leg up in 90 degrees. Come in this position and then listen. So this belt is hooking you, that the pelvis stays like this. Then you bring the leg up into 90 degrees and hold. Have the elbows slightly bent. And again, I want that you feel the shoulder blades. Feel the shoulder blades on this blanket. It should go in, it should not stick out. So this much you have to adjust. So the elbows have to go a little bit more down. Stay wide, okay? Come in the position and then listen. Now adjust, have the belt, hook yourself. Now whatever, maybe some of you already 90 degrees is a lot, is very difficult to achieve, but try. Use the power of your arms. And now first attempt will be, we will use your muscle power. Use your muscle power, have the one foot into the wall, and you pull the leg towards you with an exhalation. Exhalation, pull the leg towards you. Exhalation, pull the leg towards you. And again, exhalation, pull the leg towards you. And then hold there for a few breathings. Hold, hold, hold. Now, find your maximum, which you can hold now for 3-4 breathings. So you really draw the leg towards you. You will keep your left leg straight. And then go approximately 80–70% of your maximal holding. So you go like 1–2 centimeters away and hold there. So this will be our workaround. So like a machine, or like you cannot work all the time full power. So you will exhaust yourself. So we don't want to exhaust ourselves in yoga all the time. No? We have many different areas how we work. Now I want that you work with 70–80% your maximum power. So that much you have to hold the belt. And now you become familiar. Now you watch your physical body. Is your left leg straight and you feel the heel and the foot against the wall? Are you feeling this belt which is around your right upper thigh? Which function is there? Why is there so much resistance? Do I have to break the belt, or do I have to learn to go with my right thigh towards the wall, my right front thigh towards the wall? See the difference. What kind of stretch do I get in my right back leg? How are my arms? Am I really adjusted my hands in such a way, or I just got stuck in one position that really I feel my shoulder blades laying flat on the blanket? Even slightly the inner shoulder blades, or the shoulder blades which are close towards the spine, slightly going inwards. So adjust your arms. Maybe some of you almost can have done, or just try this one. Just adjust the belt in such a way that the elbows touch the floor. So you adjust your belt in such a way that the elbows touch the floor, and see the difference. How is your chest opening? How can you hold the leg straight? Breathe. Look that the toes are soft of the upper leg. Remember, not 100%, 80–70% of your maximum power, because we want to stay a little bit in the pose. Feel the stretch of both of the legs. Left leg into the wall, right leg against the ceiling, against the resistance of the belt. Elbows down on the floor. Hook yourself there. Open the chest. Now breathe. Become aware of the breathing. Now we want to watch a little bit the breathing. Now you have a nice pose, whichever you can hold, 70% you hold. You have the arms to the side and you breathe. Become aware. Get to know your breath. How long is the breath, and which kind? You have a soft breath, you have a labored breath, you have a hard breath. Like this, look a little bit at about the breath. Look how you breathe. Breathe a little bit longer, half minute more. Learn to stay in the pose. See what's happening over the time when you stay in a pose. So first get to know the breath. Then see breath has certain characteristics, and we want to watch at least the length of the breath, how much is inhalation, how long is exhalation, and then how would you characterize the breath? Is it a soft breath? Is it a harder breath, a labored breath? So give the breath a certain characteristic. And then exhale. Bend the leg. Hug your leg. Try to bring the knee towards the chest. Feel the front groin where the belt is hooked is going deep in. And then exhale, release, and change the sides. So change the leg side. Now you hook your left leg on the groin, which is down. The belt is almost touching your hips in the inside. Then put the other belt. See that your right leg is in the line with the right outer hip. So bring it slightly more out, especially the ones who have problems with the back leg extension. Then hook the belt. See that it's nicely hooked. Maybe you have to adjust the belt on this side. Some of us have different lengths of legs so that your hips are aligned. And then first straighten up the leg 90 degrees and see how this leg is behaving. Before we pull and push immediately, see how this side is behaving. How this left leg, the most of us will say, somehow it's more difficult, somehow it's shorter. Now first, without pushing too strong, see where it stands with almost least amount of effort that I can straighten. So it will not be 90, the most of us. Most of us are not so flexible. See how it behaves when you pull more and more. See what is happening. Now, like a reactor or like also like a machine, you slowly run. You slowly, higher and higher the intensity, you start to pull the leg towards you. But give yourself time. So stay with an exhalation. You pull the leg towards you and wait. Breathe. See what's happening to the stretch of the back leg, to the leg which is down. Now watch the legs. Now a little bit more. Pull the leg towards you with a little bit more intensity. Now see what is happening in your muscular skeletal structure, how the muscles behaving, how the tendons behaving, how the joints behaving. Do they want to bend on the leg which is up? So go against it. You should not bend the upper leg and the lower leg. So knee is locked. Now slowly come to your maximum and you really try to pull the leg towards you. You really make an effort. It can be you cannot hold that long, so maybe you make an exhalation and pull it towards you. See, hold there as long as you can, then slightly release. And then again, pull the leg towards you. Try to find your maximum on this leg. Hold this only for that much time where you don't hold the breath and where you keep both of the legs straight. And then slowly, when you reach the limit, breathe, breathe. When you can maintain it a little bit longer, and then go to your 80% maximum power. So it's not too much holding. And now we focus both legs straight on our chest. So bring, slide down, find the holding of the belts, that the elbows go down towards the floor. When you open your chest, shoulder blades in. So you have to adjust maybe 2-3 times, and that you keep the 80%, 70% maximum power. Don't go over it. So you have to adjust, try, maybe that's holding too high up the belt and bringing elbows down. It's over the limit. I have to pull too much. Remember, yoga at the end, we have to come in an effortless state. So we try a little bit to get into it. So we have to hold a little bit lower, but not too lax that you don't do anything and you don't feel any stretch of the leg. So find your middle way, learn to gauge, like we all look or have to look when we drive on the streets somehow, when we don't want to get a ticket, how fast we are. So you have also to gauge what you're doing, with how much intensity you're working. So you have to get to know what means no effort, no muscle power in this case now, and what means maximum muscle power. And then find your 70% power. Stay there, learn to sustain, because you can a lot learn when you hold a pose longer, where the stretch is happening, where I'm closed, why my hip is now paining there. Is there an opening happening? And then breathe. Look the breath. Now keep the muscles, the tendons, the joints, the arms, keep it constant. Now watch the breath. Watch the breath in such a way that you first get to know the breath. Is it a regular breath? Is it a breath which is jumping somehow? Is it equally coming in and out? Then the length of the breath. Can you gauge the length of the breath? How long is the inhalation? How long is the exhalation? Watch this for a few breathings. Try to hold your muscle power constant. Don't manipulate too much. Try to hold it constant. And then watch the volume or the depth of the breath. We can say the intensity of the breath. Is it a soft breath? Is it more labored breath? How would you describe it? Throat soft, tongue soft. And then exhale. Bend the knee. Then the hands on the chin bone. And bring the knee close towards you. Against the resistance of the belt. Try to bring this groin deep in. This is the front groin which you feel now, which is going deep in. The one front groin goes deep in of the left leg, and the other front groin getting a stretch, an opening, an extension. And then exhale, release. Bring the belt out, bring both of the belts out, and just bend the leg, come slightly in with the buttock, hold the mat, and just push yourself equally away, roll the shoulders away, and bring the arms like in Shavasana. It's a short 1 minute, eyes closed in towards the heart, palms soft, toes up, pointing. Now feel how your body is reacting. So listen to your breath. Is there some vibration you feel? Most of us, somewhere, pelvic, thigh area, is something happening. Can you go there and feel what is happening there? Are you feeling your back legs going down into the ground? What's happening to your shoulder blades? Are these shoulders rolling automatically down towards the floor and not sticking out shoulder blades? So shoulders rolling towards the floor, shoulder blades are in. Feel with the conscious breathing the touch of the breath on your back trunk. So your back trunk somehow should touch the blanket, especially in the area of the lower shoulder blade until the belly button. Make it happening. See, you can change the direction of the breath. Now try to touch in the area between the lower shoulder blade and the belly button. Try to touch this back trunk area only with the breath. Don't push down now muscular physically. Just try to reach it with the breath. How you breathe and what is happening to the front body when you breathe like that. And you try to touch. Make a few, 3, 4 deeper inhalation, deeper exhalation, and try to touch the area against the blanket, lower shoulder blade until the belly button, backside. See how your whole musculoskeletal body moves in a certain direction when you move with the breath. After a few conscious deeper exhalations, just have normal inhalation exhalations. Don't overdo. Don't harden the throat, don't shorten the neck. Facial muscles soft, fingers soft. And then try one more attempt. So give yourself time. When we work with the breath a little bit more, we have to learn to be more gentle and give us a little bit more time. When you feel you harden somewhere, then it's time just to work with the normal breath. And when you feel ready, then try to bring the breath to the area and touch with your back trunk from the lower shoulder blade to the belly button, where the blanket is touching you. Try to touch there. Make it full, like you make it full when you were sitting against the wall with the block, which was a little bit higher. Now we are in a different area. Try to breathe. You don't have to watch, eyes closed. Do 2 more attempts. Give yourself time in between when you feel your heart in somewhere. It's not the more breathings you touch it, it's better. The better is that you learn when you become hard and tense to stop. Then it's time to give for your body, for your mind, for your breath, for your senses, for your psyche, for your consciousness, a break. And then slowly end this observation. Have normal inhalation, exhalation. Don't manipulate the breath in the area there. Just have normal inhalation, exhalations. And then open your eyes. Bend leg by leg. Take a pillow with your right hand. Roll yourself up over the side and come up and come in half Uttanasana in a way that you have you use the wall. You have a blanket. You have to see, I want that the head is today resting and the arms are at the wall. So you have to see fingertips, can it be, it depends a little bit on your chair, your half, and the head is somehow resting. So find that you find a chair like that. Maybe some of you have to turn the chair around because the arms are shorter, but then you need the blankets like this. You have to pile up something which you have, that you rest your head on it, you come in this half pose, and then you put the hands. Maybe the most of you, this position is better. Head is resting, head is not hanging. So see that now this trunk which we had, which was nicely flat, for a very long time you felt your back trunk nicely touching. So this nice touch should remain. There should be no dropping action of the front body. There should be no pushing action of the lower lumbar. So see that you adjust yourself with the fingertips pointing up, spread the fingers to the side so that you're coming in nice Ardha Uttanasana half pose. Head is resting. It should be ideal, the ears in the line with the upper arm. So adjust yourself according whatever you have. So make enough height. Head is resting, yes. Now see that the legs, check one more time that the legs are under the hips. And then see that you continue. Now it's a different pose. You get a different access, especially for our people with the lower spine, or with the people with a lot of spinal problems, muscle problems, weak problems. Now you get a nice extension there. Spread the fingers to the side. You should have a nice spreading of the fingers. Slight push into the wall, elbows together. Now legs straight. head completely resting, forehead resting, eyes closed. And now adjust. Adjust with the breathing. These areas which needs to be widened. So the areas which are now painful, the areas which are now feeling tense, tight, these are the areas where you have to breathe in. Now, the most of you will feel it's somewhere here in the sacrum plate area. It's somewhere here in the lower spine area. Some of you might also feel shoulder blade area. So you breathe into this area with an exhalation. Send a longer exhalation. Now we want to adjust a little bit the breath, where with an inhalation, you lock the elbows, you lock the knees, that the kneecaps are not falling down. Now look one more time that the kneecaps should not fall. So that much activity you should have in your front thighs, in your quadriceps, that the kneecaps are not falling to the floor. They should be lifted, but not that you tighten, make it hard, just that they don't fall. Don't let them fall. And then make a deeper exhalation into the area where you feel the widening needs to be. Sacrum blade or shoulder blade area. Head soft. Now after a while you will see the exhalation will also somehow extend your side trunk. Make it longer. Make 3-4 consecutive cycles, which you every time exhale a little bit more, a little bit longer. Deeper inhalation. And then exhale. Longer. So this in yoga we call the volume of the breath is increasing. So that make a deeper exhalation. Forceful more exhalation. And one more time, deeper inhalation. Widen the rib cage and deeper exhalation. Then release slightly, bend the knees, bend the elbows, turn the fingers to the side. Maybe some of you need a little bit more height for the head. When you feel, because we want 1-2 minutes to stay more, but learn to stay in this pose. This gives you the strength. This will develop the strength. So turn the fingers to the side. See that they are completely in line. Head is resting. Head is doing nothing. Facial muscle is soft. See that you adjust the feet, outer edges of the feet parallel, minimum hip width apart. The ones who have now really a lot of pain, they can even spread the legs a little bit more to the side. So give yourself a little bit more space. See that the kneecaps are not falling down. And now first become familiar which kind of breathing pattern you have. Just staying in the pose. Just keeping the arms and legs straight. Head is resting. Head is resting. Without manipulation of the breath, see what is happening. Not an easy pose, looks very easy. You just lean against the wall, but you see what is happening inside. And then these areas where you feel now there is a lot of pressure, a lot of tension coming up. See that this area, you take a deeper inhalation and you send an exhalation there, which is a little bit more forceful, which is a little bit more pronounced, expressed, like you express yourself with the voice. Now I'm also a little bit louder with my voice. So you take your breath there. And see what's happening to your side trunk, to your whole extension, to your widening. And then deeper inhalation. And once again, a forceful more exhalation in the area where you feel you need the spreading. Sacrum blade, lower spine, or shoulder blade. Depends on you. And one more time, deeper inhalation. And a more forceful exhalation. And then, after this, have normal inhalation, normal exhalation, normal inhalation, normal exhalation. Take the arms down towards the seat of the chair. Come slowly up. Turn yourself up. Now feel. The other day we had like, how old are you? You know, like with the triceps and all of this. Now you know how old are you in your lower spine and how weak we are actually. Now see, I want to go immediately to give you a good release there. We take the chair. Now everybody takes the chair. We did this before. See that you have a nice thick blanket over it. Now I want that you lean over it. You adjust yourself from the wall like this, approximately 2 feet away. You have to adjust to your length. Lean over, go against the wall, tip the chair slightly forward, and just go down. So see, whatever chair you have, it has to be a stable chair. When you have the ropes, you do your rope Adho Mukashvanasana with the rope against, because I saw some of you have ropes. You do your normal, like you do in the class. You take the rope on the front groins and you do. The other ones, chin forward, complete rest. I want that the abdominal area and this area here at the lower spine getting stretched. You can manipulate the legs while taking them up and a little bit down to feel here that you get a release. Arms down. When the chair is too high and you cannot reach, because I have very long arms, some of you have very short arms, take the 2 blocks. So you lean forward, hook yourself, see that the legs are coming up, not too high up, lean forward, use the blocks, and coming in nice Adho Mukashvanasana, downward facing dog, in a restful state where the full buttocks, lower spine, middle spine can spread towards the side. You don't do any muscular action. You lean over, you just stretch your arms and your legs. The trunk is passive. So arms are active, elbows together, legs are active, kneecaps sucked in and going towards the hips. Come in this pose, whichever chair you have. I will see now, maybe some of you need adjustments. I will just tell them. Breathe. See also, yes, that you hook yourself nicely in the wall. You can adjust 1-2 times that you get a good stretch, because we have all different bodies. So you find out where you need now your elongation, your space. Now, Miss Alice, for example, you with your legs, try, you're way too high up. Go down and feel the difference, because you are flexible. So you don't need more flexibility in your lower spine. You want your lower spine, and this is for all the ones who are already very flexible. You want it full. You want it round. Yes, good, Lisa. Like it's nice and round. You want to create space in this area. Feel that. See that the armpits are long. Now also there will be, because some of us are not used or didn't take anything, too much support for the groins, it will be a little bit painful. Now can you, for another half minute, can you just not focus on the pain, but focus on the elongation? Focus on the spreading of the spinal muscles away from the spine. Focus on the widening from the center line towards the side. Deeper inhalation, deeper exhalation. Now use the length of the breath is longer and the volume, the intensity is longer. Do at least 6 cycles. Deeper inhalation, exhalation. So at least 1, 2, 3, 4 inhalation. 1, 2, 3, 4 exhalation. Do this continuously, at least 6 in a row. Try it. Don't alternate now with the arms, with the legs. Keep them still, head still. 6 deeper inhalations, deeper exhalations. Good. Stay there. Learn to stay in a pose. This is also a very important part of our yoga practice. To learn to maintain and staying in a pose. And when you did your 6 inhalation and exhalations, then slowly come out of the pose while taking the hands back. Hook yourself on the seat of the chair. Slowly come out of the chair and just rest the head for a few moments on the seat of the chair. Come again in this half Uttanasana. Now the forehead and the elbows resting, and just take it for a short release. Breathe. Normal inhalation, normal exhalation. Become more and more aware that every position which you take, every action which you do in life has also a certain breath, a certain breath position, a certain length of the breath, a certain intensity of the breath. So get to know your breath, which is now a breath after a pose for release. Watch the breath, just watching. How is the breath taking place? How long is the breath? Which kind of intensity has the breath? Fingers soft, neck long, muscles soft, armpits open. And then slowly release the interlock and come up. Take the chair
Mama grab a tiffin.
towards the wall.
Mama.
See, somebody of you has a microphone on, so just check. Did you turn it off? Now have a blanket underneath. We will lay down. Have a chair in front of you. Okay, and then just watch. We will lay down. We will have also a belt between our ankles, which the width is hip width. Hip width is the belt which we put around our ankles of the feet. Then lay down on the on the blanket. And then we will make a variation of Salavasana. So see that this buttock is rolling towards the heel side. You really tighten the belt around the ankles so that you get a good extension of the outside of the legs. You feel your buttocks, touch your buttocks. The crown, the forehead is down. Now first we take the hands towards the buttock to feel that the buttock you actually roll towards the heel side, and the buttock is becoming slightly flatter. It should not bulge like this. So this hole should not be here. So these front groins, which you felt, which we are opening today in this pose, which was like Supta Padangusthasana. You remember you were holding here, and here you felt the stretch. This part should be now on the floor. Now try like this. Everybody comes into the pose. Lay down, forehead down. See that you adjust yourself, that you can breathe. Bring the hands, fingertips pointing towards the heels on your buttocks. And now work that your buttock is becoming flat in and rolling towards the heel side. See that the buttock is rolling down and in. That you engage your muscles there. See that the elbows is going towards the ceiling and the shoulder blades are going in. Shoulders away from the ears. Elbows towards the heel side. Buttock in. Pubic bone up. Feel the pubic bone on the floor. Do this 3-4 times. Breathe. Abdomen soft. Neck long. And then exhale, release. Hands by the side. Turn the head to one side and just release. Eyes closed. Let the big toes fall a little bit towards each other, heels away. Now you should feel in this pose, now it's relaxation. Just feel the breath. Let these muscles along the spine go towards the side. Create space for the muscles which usually in daily activities get somehow cramped, stuck, hard, not nourished. A hard muscle is always not a nourished muscle, which is a tired muscle. Yes, have the hands on the side. Just release down. Turn the head to the other side. Turn the head to the other side. See, also become familiar on which side you sleep. You like to sleep more. And learn also to engage this side, which is the closed side. So in your practice or when you're aware, when you go to sleep, learn to fall asleep also on this side, which is the closed side, which is not your familiar or nice side. Now one more time. Come on the forehead. Come on the forehead. Feel the belt spreading. So you hit the belt. The ankles hit the belt. You extend the front legs. Extend the front legs to the nails. Then take your hands on the buttock. Still lay down. Natasha, we are still down on the floor. Yes. Take your hands on the buttocks. Feel the buttocks. Some of you have the hands on the lumbar. I see. Senka, I don't know where your butt. Yeah, this is your buttock. Good. Now have your buttock and use the power of the heel of the palm and roll it towards the heel side. Roll it. Bring it down towards the floor. Engage it. Yes, extend the front of the legs. Bring the shin bone down. Bring the shin bone down. Bring the elbows closer each other. Good. Neck long. This is also a very good exercise for your neck muscles. Engage there. And really bring the buttock towards the floor. Buttock towards the floor. Not just, some of you, they massaging the buttock. Not massaging, just pressing it down. Make a muscular action there. Elbows closer towards each other. Shoulders in. Feel how the breath is changing. Breathe. It's a labored breath. Feel the change. Exhale, release. Arms along the side trunk, shoulders away from each other, turn to the side, the head. Breathe. You become familiar with your back muscles and how your buttocks are behaving. See the first breathings, where they go. Where the first breathings touch you. See that certain muscle actions have a certain depths which are touching you, in you. So this is why we cannot just, because every time comes also the practice why we have to work sometimes so hard, or why we have to use our muscles at all. Now see, when you have an engagement of the muscles, how your breath changed. And where the breath is touching you now. So you have different layers. And since we want to get to know ourselves from inside out, to go to our core, to get to know our core, we have to get to know ourselves. And these different contractions of the muscles give us accesses. Different layers, different surfaces get touched, so that we get to know ourselves holistically. Now, to do a little bit more, now first watch, turn the head forward. Now we want first to have, tighten the belt, knees down, roll the buttock down. No, and I want this action. I don't want this action up buttock. So buttock down, pubic up, buttock slimmer and slimmer and slimmer and going towards the heel side, toes spreading, and then slightly come up like this. Take the hands up and elongate yourself and look up. So you use this seat and you come up, you stretch yourself and you elongate the full spine and side trunk and look up. Exhale down. And this we do 3 times. Okay? Now spread the legs to the side, roll the buttock down, feel the sacrum down. Now throw the arms slightly back, come up with the head, then hold them. Maybe you have to adjust your chair. And now inhale, come up and elongate the arms, becoming longer. Walk with your arms forward and forward and forward on the chair. Look up, chin up. Full elongation of the front body. Feel, you should feel yourself until the pubic bone. Elongation. Breathe there. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. Don't forget the belt. Buttocks down. Become taller and taller. Press the palms down. Exhale. Come down. Rest. Arms along the side trunk. Toes closer towards each other. Heels away from each other. And rest. One more time. See the dynamic. So your arms and legs becoming fully active. Your buttock is going down, and see what's happening to your breath and see what's happening to your side trunk. Observe the first inhalation and exhalations after this pose. Turn the head to the other side. And then come to the center. Be on the forehead. Take the hands first to the middle of the buttock. Feel that you engage the legs while the belt, you should feel between the, you should break the belt. Roll the buttock down towards the heels. Then take the arms down next to the shoulders. like you make a little cobra. First become familiar, then take arm by arm up on the seat of the chair and you elongate yourself. Walk forward with the arms. Walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. Elongate the armpits. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. Become taller and taller. Press the palms down, buttock down, and feel the whole range of the spine. Not only the lower spine you should feel. This is an excellent pose for the whole engagement of the legs. And now stay there in the pose. Now you cannot just, you want to show now your best pose because you know now I'm watching. So see that you maintain the pose for another half minute. So it stay there. How is the breath changing? How your muscular action is changing? Breathe. Stay there for another half minute. Breathe. Breathe. See where you drop. Where yes. And when you feel you have to go down, then you have to go down. Don't go over your limits. See where you overdo, where you underdo. See where the breath is touching you now. And then exhale. Everybody is coming down. Arms to the side. Remove the belt on your ankles and really bring the big toes towards each other, heels away from each other, turn the head to the side. Completely rest. Let the shoulders go down towards the floor. Let the shoulder blades go away from each other. Complete rest. Breathe. Feel where the breath is touching you now. Learn to become familiar with the breath. Is it lower abdominal area, middle abdominal area, upper? Is it in the chest? Is it more the front body or is it more the back body where the breath is touching you? Learn to observe without judging, without changing. Just see what is moment by moment happening. With every inhalation, with every exhalation. When you get tired of observation because it's a lot to do, especially when you're not used, you just take mechanical inhalation, exhalation, and let your physical body rest. Change the head to the other side. Where's the breath touching? Same breath, same rhythm, different rhythm, same depths, different layer. So, as we all know, want from our children that they become literate, that they can read word, letters, learn the alphabet or mathematics, whatever. We also have to become familiar with us. So we have to learn to read ourselves. We learn to read books, languages. We are very good in that. But how to read yourself? And a start is you learn to read your breath. How long, time-wise, is the breath? And which intensity, which volume has the breath? And where is the breath touching you? Now, half minute more, give you time. You can change the side again of the head. So find out length of breath, how long is the inhalation or exhalation. Focus only on inhalation and exhalation or exhalation. And always remember, the yogis always emphasized to focus on the exhalation. So I would also suggest focus on the exhalation. How long is your exhalation? Which volume has your exhalation? And where is the exhalation touching you? Take your right arm along your ear, roll yourself towards the right side and come over the side up. Now, take the chair with the backrest away from the wall. Have a blanket over it. See that you have this is nicely hooked. Now, yes. Now see that you have the chair against the wall and see, I want that you hook yourself. You have the backrest, you hook your pubic plate against this chair. You have the fingers to the side. You are approximately 2 feet away from the chair, depends on the height of the chair. You take your hands, bring the pubic plate at the chair, and then you use the strength of your legs, heels up, adjust, roll the upper arm from into out, and you become taller and taller. See that you straighten the legs completely. See that you engage your arms to get a good side dog extension and a complete arching back without coming only into the lumbar area. So you hook yourself, you straighten up your leg, and then you use the power of the arms to determine how much you can arch back to feel the spine equally, not only on the lower, also on the middle and the upper part. So you decide how much you go back, that you get an equal opening of the back chest. Okay? Now try. Equally opening. So come with the pubic bone at the chair. Heels up, spread the toes. Now first, lock the knees. Knees are locked. Knees are locked. Now elbows to the side, slightly bent. And now first lift yourself up. Buttock rolls down towards the heel side. Pubic comes up. And now you slowly arch back. Shoulder blades in. Elbows slightly bent. Side chest forward. Neck long. Breathe. Deeper inhalation, exhalation. Exercise the breath now. Now use the power of your arms and of your legs to exercise the breath. Not just exercise your physical body. Exercise your breath. Exercise completely your breath. Now use the muscle power to arch back. Don't just go where the arch is naturally happening in the lower part. Now roll the buttock down, and see what's happening. You become broader. Now bend, everybody bends the elbows. Bring the elbows slightly apart. And then bring the lower shoulder blades in. Breathe, exercise the breath. So it will be not an easy breath. Not an easy breath. Head back, see what's happening to the breath. Breathe, breathe, exercise the breathing. Exercise the breathing. Exhale, release, stand, Tadasana. A few inhalation, exhalations. See where you touched yourself. Now you have a time to observe. Okay, maybe you were just in the lower area. Maybe you were so occupied, because this is usually how we do. We use asanas a lot just for physical exercise. Just to engage muscles, put us in certain positions, which are important. But now I want that this muscular effort which you use, this engaging of your legs, this straightening of the legs, this bending of the elbows, this bringing the shoulder blades in, this bringing the back head and elongating, that you use to exercise the breath, which means you create a condition that the breath is not necessarily really nicely. It's a labored breath. You should it's not an easy breath. So use the muscle power which you have to exercise the breath. One more time. So bring the pubic plate. Roll the buttock down towards. This has to be there, that the lower spine is protected. Now first, bring the front of the thighs away. Heels up. Now start with arching back. See that you don't arch only on the lumbar part. You engage also the middle part. You engage also the upper part. See how nicely in the previous Asana, the armpits were really nicely open. Also open the armpits there. Head back. And now do everything for the breath. Adjust yourself to exercise the breath. Feel the breath in the top chest. Feel the breath in the middle chest. Breathe a few breathings. Top chest area. Reach the top chest area. Bit of the shoulders back. Shoulder blades in. In. Elbows away from the wall. More and more. Upper arms longer and longer. Breathe. Now middle chest. Be in the middle chest area. Exercise the middle chest area. See, when we stay long on the pose, you have to adjust somehow. Bring the lower shoulder blades deeper in. Bring the lower shoulder blades deeper in and breathe in this area. And then exhale, release. Stay straight. Have the legs hip width apart. You can close your eyes now. Now adjust yourself. Whatever you overdid in the pose, feel the first breathings. Where the first breathings come in, observe now the inhalation breath. Where the inhalation is touching you now. Which part? Upper chest, middle chest, lower chest. Which side more? Left side more? Right side more? Where's the inhalation breath touching? So not so much to do. Learn for the ones who are doing longer yoga already. Also have sometimes in your practice the focus on the responses of your being, of your body, of your breath, of your mind. So watch the responses. Don't be only and always only engaged in action, like doing, straightening, hardening, turning, expanding, stretching, elongating, all of this which we do, which are very necessary to build a certain foundation, but also keep sometimes a little bit aside to watch the responses. Now see what happened to your body. What is the feedback of your body? But not only body, also the feedback of your mind, and what is the feedback of your breath. And watch now the feedback of your breath. Few more breathings more. Where is the inhalation touching you? Which part? Which side? With how long? With which volume? Where? And then open the eyes and release. Have the chair in front of you. We go in Uttanasana. It's a side now where it's a forward bend, sitting forward bend. So sit on sufficient height, minimum like this. Hand spread, height. Sit down. You can spread the legs a little bit more. Spread the flesh of the buttocks to the side. So you hook your chair with the inside of the legs. See also the slight differences. First, in Salabhasana, we had the belt hooked and you got a certain access to your legs, which the most of us felt the outer leg was active until the hips. Now, we hook the chair, the legs of the chair with our, it depends what kind of chair you have, with the inner legs. So you get a different access to the leg, the inner leg. Now I want that you hold the chair, that the armpits open, and now it depends a little bit more on the height of the chair and your forward bending. I want also, when we tip forward with the exhalation, that your head is going down and you have a sort of nice elongation. So you should not tip backward. So the chair should somehow take you forward, and this depends a little bit what kind of chair you have. You should have a feeling you come over this point where the chair takes you actually down. Oh, and this depends on the chair. So the chair should take you down, the armpits are long, the toes, first the heels away from you, make the back leg active, and then when the chair is taking you down and the armpits long and the head is completely resting on the seat of the chair, some might need more height here for the chair. So I will just say, don't let the head drop down like this. So see that the natural curve of the spine is also represented in your neck region, back of the head region, and then come into pose. Stay stable there. Once the chair, you reached like your forward bending with slightly holding the chair, you make the toes completely soft and you stay. So it's almost like the chair, the weight of the chair gives you a little bit a better forward bending. You hold the sides of the chair, that the armpits are opening, the head is completely resting, and you have a feeling that the chair is always holding you a little bit forward, okay? So it's slightly like tipping. Good. And stay. Toes soft. Hands have to hold the chair, armpits open. See that you don't, when we do this side trunk elongation, that still the shoulders go away from the ears. So adjust that you don't shorten the neck shoulder region. Adjust physically, which kind of angle you need to have a feeling. I am doing a forward bend. Some of you who are very stiff, they have to sit a little bit higher. I will tell them that you have a feeling of a forward bend. And then once you are in this pose and the armpits open, then see that you make consciously the abdomen soft. So how do you have to adjust yourself that you make your abdomen soft? So good. Some of you, like Tiana, slightly take your head, tilt this block which you have and take it higher. So really see, yes, good. So that the head is not much better. So feel also the ones who get the difference. I really want that you get familiar with yourself, that the spine is a very important part of yourself. So don't let the head now hang down. Good. Hold. Now it's a time after 1-2 minutes where you feel, okay, you need maybe an adjustment. You feel maybe the chair has to tip a little bit more, or the armpits. Feel that you again, one more time, the heels put away from you, that the back legs are extending, and then just let the toes becoming soft and going slightly away from your front body. Head is resting, And you focus now that your abdomen becoming soft. Now, how you adjust the pose? It's not a pose which is nice for the photograph now. Now, how do you have to adjust the pose now that your abdomen is becoming soft? So this is your experiment. Maybe you have slightly the toes, maybe very little, put the legs slightly micro bend, but not do too much. So experiment a little bit. Start with your feet, loosening the toes, ankles. So go joint, main joint by main joint. The main joints are the ankles, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, the elbows, the ankle, the wrists. Now see when you put either there a lock means to straighten them, or you soften them, make a slight micro bend. And how is the influence on your abdomen? Stay 1 more minute in the pose, manipulate only these main joints and become still. Now everybody, also when you feel maybe slight uncomfortable or you want to change, feel, especially it's a very strong stretch of this dorsal spine area for the most of you. Unfamiliar, but try to focus on softening the abdomen while manipulating from the feet towards the wrists. Either you straighten the joints or you slightly micro bend these joints. Head down, head down. Learn to be. It's very important to stay in the poses. And now use the breath while taking a longer exhalation into the abdominal area. Take a normal inhalation and take a longer exhalation, which doesn't have to be forceful and shouldn't be forceful. It's just for time-wise doubled long than your inhalation. Take a normal inhalation and take a double long exhalation. Normal inhalation double long exhalation. Normal inhalation and double long time-wise exhalation. And then have normal inhalation, normal exhalation. Head down, abdomen soft. Then slowly release the arms from this holding the chair. Take the arms on crown of the head, fold the arms, see the change. When you now bend in this manner, what is happening to the abdominal area?
Toes soft, fingers soft. Don't turn the feet too much out, so keep still the certain shape of Paschimottanasana. Don't turn the feet too much out. So your hips still have to be intact and have a certain grip. Focus now on the inhalation in the upper back trunk area. So lower shoulder blade towards the top shoulder blade. Breathe into this area and consciously spread this area towards the side. Don't just breathe until the sides of your side trunk. Even breathe beyond, even breathe broader there. Become vaster, wider. Learn to extend the breath, which is everywhere. So learn to breathe out on the sides of your back trunk, from the lower shoulder blade to the top shoulder blade, side trunk, and become wider. From the center towards the side. Fingers soft, toes soft. With every exhalation, let the groins go down, let the thighs go down, no muscle contraction there. Just feel the heels. One more time, consciously, deeper inhalation into the area of the back trunk where the lower shoulder blade is, top shoulder blade. Breathe beyond the physical boundaries of the back trunk. Become wide and broad there. Exhale. Abdomen soft. Thighs soft. Fingers soft. And then take the hands down. Roll yourself up. Vertebra by vertebra. See that you come slowly up and go to check the time. Okay, just take your Shavasana flat today, completely flat. Be in Dandasana. Have your blankets on the thighs. Then bend leg by leg. Come towards the on your back. Straighten leg by leg. Turn the big toes towards the small toe side. Adjust the buttock, flesh of the buttock towards the heels. Hold the mat from the side and make an effort to really feel that the skin is going towards the heels. Hold there for a few breathings. Bring the shoulders down and then roll the upper arms from in to out. Okay? The ones who need something for the head because of certain neck issues or certain age, 55 plus, where a natural shortening is of your cervical, then take something under. Now come in Shavasana and become breath aware. Become breath aware. Good. So have, even when you have back home some heavy, more weight sometimes, the more the weight is on your thigh, the better it is. So when you have something, some of you have weights, some of you, I don't know, have a heavy bag or whatever, you can put on it. So the more you have something heavy on you, the better will be your relaxation. And all of these little informations you please remember for your own practice, not for your teaching, because you should not teach what you hear here. You should use it for your own practice. Let the front of the thighs go down towards the floor. Let the big toes go completely fall towards the side. Now you can let go yourself. Just watch that you do it symmetrically. Watch that the left side and the right side is equally opening. Turn the upper arms from in to out. See also, you have now the space, now no excuse, sometimes in the crowded classes, that your armpits are open. Fingers soft, neck long, vision of the eyes towards the heart. Become aware of your breathing. When do you inhale and when do you exhale? Just mark. When do I inhale? When do I exhale? Organically, normal inhalation and exhalation as the breath comes in and how it comes out. Just mark and become aware when you inhale and when you exhale. And then mark not only the inhalation as a whole, more when the inhalation starts, mark this point, and when the inhalation ends, mark this point. Exhale normal. Just when the inhalation starts and when the inhalation ends. Mark these 2 points. No manipulation of the breath, just observing and making a mental note. Eyes down towards your heart, fingers soft, neck long, toes going more and more towards the ground. Mark the beginning and the end of the inhalation. Now, shift your observation from the inhalation to the exhalation. First, watch for a few breathings, just the exhalation. Just become aware of the exhalation. So focus, awareness, exhalation. And then mark when the exhalation begins and when the exhalation ends. When you feel observing the beginning and ending of every exhalation is too much, because you feel some tension, hardening, contracting of muscles, give yourself a little bit of rest in between. Have 3, 4 inhalation, exhalations, where you just be, just are, without observation. And then watch again. Exhalation, when is the beginning, when is the ending? Vision of the eyes down, neck long, fingers, toes soft. Become one with your surface. Touch more and more the ground.